Are you girls waiting for me to feed you? This is the third day I have not fed the cows. This is the difference between domestication and wild. Does it remind you of anyone? So what's your wild style? Nomad or base camp? Today we're answering that question. Which one are you? Like a good little girl, I grew up following the rules, but I never really fit in. Then I lost all I had, only to begin life again. So I ran away to the road, a tiny trailer in tow, and along the way discovered the truths I now know. So take a deep breath, grab a good cup of joe, 'cause this world it's a changin'. Inhale, here we go.
I'm just flying by, away from them, and no one can see me now. I'm miles above you, don't care what they...
I cannot get this greeting the way I want it to, but what I'm trying to say is this is for all the wild Moors. It's a brand new day. I'm so glad you're here, and with that, let's get started. So did you know it's illegal to be homeless in the United States of America? I didn't realize that either until I turned full-time nomad, and to tell you the truth, it's a little bit scary finding out that there's nowhere you can put your feet on the ground with permission to live. There's no such thing. And even when you own property, you don't technically own property. The minute you stop paying your property taxes or you break a rule or regulation that the banks or the government doesn't like, guess what? You lose it. That is not freedom. That, my friends, is slavery in a very well-decorated house. I don't like that system, and there's no easy solutions, but it's something to think about. There's no such thing as real freedom in America anymore because technically you don't own anything.
Open eye, feel the waves cut through me.
I keep telling myself I'm going to put on decent clothes when I make these videos. These are my farm clothes and they're so bad. But I live in the dirt surrounded by bugs and manure. And barbed wire, which rips everything.
Hypnotized by the sounds I'm breathing in. Hold tight, chemicals collide. Hold tight, hold tight, hold tight. Dripping lights paint the sky.
So all of history, we've always had nomads and people I'm calling base camp, which is basically people who like to live in one place. Technically, I've done both and I prefer both, but if I had to pick, I would definitely go nomadic. And there's a reason for that. Mostly I get bored, but also I really like new experiences. And I really believe the survival of small town or rural America is going to depend on bringing back this nomadic class, because these little towns can't support somebody working full-time at a product, selling a product or providing a service. They could support you if you were there maybe one day a week, one day a month, once every quarter. We just have to be willing to find the creative solutions.
All because of you. Dripping lights paint the skies. Only you can make me move.
I think the real issue isn't what's right or wrong or what's the perfect solution for everybody. For me, the real question is, why are we so angry and judgmental and rigid about people who don't want to live the way we want to live? I mean, that's really the big question. Why are we so adamant in criminalizing behaviors that we don't like that really aren't hurting anybody, but at the same time, why don't we value life instead of profit, control, and regulations? I mean, we really do put profits over people, which is fine when you're making a profit. It's not so fine when you're just people. So that's the project for today. I'm planting my seeds into little cups to get them started. I've planted a garden for the last 3 years. So my challenge to myself this year, because one worked and the next 2 years was a complete bust, but my challenge to myself this year, since I am officially nomad wild, is how much food can I grow being mobile? Meaning if I had to pick up and leave, I have to take everything with me. So that's my challenge this year. Now, if you are a base camp wild, what kind of garden are you going to plant? Because if there's one thing every single crisis that's facing us right now has in common, how are you going to get food? And that includes aging, because nutrition as you get older is so critical. And I'm sorry, but the Meals on Wheels program, it's just industrial canned stuff. It doesn't really have any nutrition in it. So that's us wrapping up today. What is your style? Nomad or base camp? What kind of wild are you? And there's no right or wrong answer. There's only your answer. Freedom! Look what you did! Oh my God! Oh my God! Freedom! Look what you did. Can you see that? I really do believe if we're going to have true global survival, we need not more domestication, but a lot more wild. And that's not just a catchphrase. I think that's real. So with that, thank you for joining me here on Survival Road, and we'll see you next time. Someday I'm going to be mobile again. I just know it.